You know what's going on.
It's a
Someone wanted a lot of attention, and now they got it.
That was the whole episode.
That was the ep.
Yeah.
Meghan Markle launched a glossy new Netflix venture titled With Love Meghan. The name alone suggests warmth and compassion, but whispers behind the scenes paint a far different picture, one of privilege, manipulation, and an unsettling detachment from the real world. Joe Rogan, one of the loudest voices in pop culture commentary, has allegedly unleashed a firestorm of criticism aimed directly at Meghan's supposedly delusional ways.
And today we end with Meghan Markle's new Netflix series. The show, titled With Love Meghan, is already stirring the pot, and not the way she might have hoped.
And for those who've been waiting for someone to call her out, this might be the moment they've been anticipating. Joe Rogan's name almost always promises controversy or blunt talk. He's not the type to mince words, so when he digs his teeth into a topic, especially one this juicy, people tend to lean in. He set his sights on Meghan's portrayal of herself as a homemaker, a pseudo-domestic goddess who can whip up comforting meals in a snap. But according to the rumor mill, she doesn't actually cook, at least not when cameras aren't rolling. If these allegations hold any truth, one might argue that she's built an entire Netflix show on a facade, using carefully manicured illusions to present a life she doesn't really live.
Oh God, Meghan Markle's back with a sneak peek of With Love, and they left the comments open.
But here's the kicker. Everyone's asking who's telling the truth. Are these so-called behind-the-scenes staffers really credible, or are they just fueling a toxic rumor mill? Could Joe Rogan be grandstanding for attention, or is he genuinely outraged by Meghan's perceived phoniness? The conversation has become a kind of cultural spectacle, with social media exploding in debates that range from pure admiration for Meghan's philanthropic image to downright scorn for what some call her entitled hypocrisy. Joe Rogan rarely pulls punches, and if insiders are to be believed, he sure wasn't holding back when he spoke about Meghan's new Netflix project.
They were handing out food earlier today. Just their presence here says something. It says that people care.
According to reports, Rogan took aim right at the core of her brand, the warmth, the empathy, the happy homemaker routine that With Love Meghan is trying to project. In his view, this entire show is nothing more than a colossal publicity stunt, one that highlights how disconnected from reality Meghan truly is. But let's rewind for a moment. Why would Joe Rogan be so fixated on Meghan Markle in the first place?
I don't know what errors have gone on in advertising that allowed Netflix to serve me this commercial.
After all, this is a figure who's interviewed major politicians, cutting-edge scientists, and A-list celebrities. So what draws him to Markle? Some say it's the glaring contradiction between her claimed authenticity and the behind-the-scenes rumors that she's anything but. And Joe is supposedly having a field day exposing every crack in the glossy paint job. It's alleged that on one of his podcasts, Rogan went into a rant about the so-called Hollywood hypocrisy that Meghan embodies. Rich beyond imagination, yet presenting herself as a champion of the people, out of touch with average folks but trying to peddle a narrative of humility.
A fake home? A scarce Harry? Viewers gave some stinging responses to the trailer for Meghan Markle's new Netflix show.
He's rumored to have questioned how a person who allegedly can't be bothered to boil water could star in a show portraying her as an everyday chef, cooking up heartfelt meals. What gives these claims weight, at least in the public's eye, is Rogan's track record for railing against performative activism and perceived phoniness. He's lasered in on celebrities before, exposing them, rightly or wrongly, for what he sees as blatant contradictions. And Meghan's new show, with all the talk of homemade dishes and personal touches, seems ripe for Rogan's brand of critique. The question is, does this go beyond comedic ribbing into downright character assassination? One thing is clear, people are listening. The moment Rogan set his sights on the Duchess, social media lit up like a wildfire. Some defended Meghan fiercely, calling Rogan a bully.
The 8-episode show, set in a lavish estate in California, includes lifestyle tips on cooking, gardening, and crafting, delivered with Meghan's signature charm.
Others cheered him on, thankful that someone finally said it out loud. But this spark was only the beginning. The deeper allegations, those behind-the-scenes leaks, were about to fan the flames into a full-blown inferno. Picture the opening scenes of With Love Meghan, as rumored to be part of Netflix's promotional materials. Meghan in a pristine kitchen, calmly stirring a pot of homemade soup, smiling serenely at the camera as though she has all the time in the world to cook for her loved ones.
Do you believe in magic? Do you believe in phonies and fakeness?
Yet sources whisper that this is a staged charade, carefully orchestrated to fit a down-to-earth narrative. They claim the Duchess rarely lifts a finger in her own kitchen, and on top of that, she's never really shown interest in learning. Now, is it a crime to have personal chefs or staff? Of course not. Many high-profile individuals lean on teams to handle everyday tasks, but the scandalous twist here is the alleged deceit, portraying oneself as a devoted home cook when that might be the farthest thing from reality.
I somehow stumbled across a Netflix commercial for the Meghan Markle show.
Insiders allegedly reveal that Meghan couldn't even manage basic culinary tasks during some hush-hush meal planning sessions for the show. They say producers had to scramble for stand-ins or cutaways to preserve the illusion. Rumor has it, the Netflix crew found this situation both comical and frustrating. Some, reportedly, even felt they were participating in a kind of elaborate scam designed to make viewers believe Meghan is a self-sufficient domestic queen. And the question these rumors spark is glaring. Why lie about something so trivial? If you don't cook, you don't cook. There's no shame in that.
Days after devastating flames erupted across Los Angeles, the couple putting their focus on relief efforts. Meghan and Harry volunteering with World Central Kitchen in Pasadena.
But maybe there's more at stake. Perhaps Meghan's brand, battered by constant media scrutiny, needed an injection of relatability that only a cozy cooking show could deliver. Joe Rogan apparently zeroed in on this aspect with a vengeance. If the rumors are correct, he found the notion of Meghan playing chef so laughable that he couldn't resist devoting entire segments of his commentary to mocking her supposed cluelessness. He's said to have called her attempts at cooking outlandish and desperate, painting a picture of a woman grasping at any narrative that paints her in a favorable light.
Harvesting honey to walking through manicured avocado groves, the trailer has sparked both mockery and debate.
The word entitled came up more than once, so the story goes, resonating with those who already believed Meghan's public persona to be carefully manufactured. At this point, the story gets even more combustible. Joe Rogan allegedly took to his platform to deliver a fierce call-out, painting Meghan as both manipulative and out of touch. He's rumored to have dissected her every move on the new show, the gentle voice, the philanthropic angle, the heartfelt stories, all while the cameras capture her in immaculate kitchens or serene settings that scream wealth rather than relatable. Rogan, known for unfiltered opinions, is said to have called this contradiction pure theater. He didn't stop there. Reports say he ridiculed the notion that someone with Meghan's lifestyle could genuinely empathize with an average viewer, especially one who's watching with Love Meghan, under the impression that they're receiving heartfelt life lessons from a relatable figure.
That was the whole episode.
That was the ep.
Yeah.
That was the premise.
Is that what it was? Like, we want privacy, and they keep going on every magazine.
Yeah.
Be a regular person. Yeah. Go get a job in an office.
For Rogan, it seems that this show is just another vanity project showcasing an inflated ego. And he's unafraid to say so, no matter the potential backlash. If you're wondering why Rogan would devote this much attention to Meghan, you're not alone. Some speculate he's doing it for the ratings. Others suggest he genuinely feels the public is being duped by yet another celebrity who claims to be just like us. Either way, this is exactly the kind of angle that stirs the pot, and fans on social media have been chiming in. One camp says Rogan is unmasking a fraud. The other argues he's just another talking head exploiting an overblown feud. What stands out in these rumors is the fiery language being attributed to Rogan. Terms like phony, manipulative, and entitled appear more than once in online discussions. He allegedly slammed Meghan for peddling a fairy tale narrative, highlighting that her show's promotional materials feature a dreamy, polished version of domestic life, a reality that looks nothing like the daily grind most people experience. Prepare yourself, because this is where the story teeters on the edge of scandalous. Rumors abound of leaked audio clips capturing Meghan off camera, complaining about everything from the temperature of the studio kitchen to the time-consuming nature of shooting fake cooking scenes. Additional chatter suggests angry text messages and emails where she allegedly berates staff for not making her look authentic enough. If these alleged leaks see the light of day, they could redefine the public's perception of the Duchess entirely. According to sources who claim to have heard the recordings, Meghan's tone in these behind-the-scenes moments is downright chilling, a stark contrast to her soothing on-camera voice. She's allegedly impatient, exasperated, and even condescending when her team can't deliver the impossibly perfect scenarios she demands. Staffers reportedly felt that they were orchestrating a massive theatrical production.
She's trying, look how she looks off to camera. Did you notice that?
That doesn't sound like the way of cooking.
Yeah, but you know.
She like laughs at that, like, wasn't that a good joke, guys? It's like, here's my...
Rather than a genuine, heartfelt Netflix series. Then there are the meltdown rumors. Word on the street is that Meghan had at least one epic blow-up when something didn't go her way. Perhaps a dish didn't come out right, or a particular camera angle highlighted the fact that she wasn't the one actually chopping vegetables. Regardless, the meltdown talk has been making the rounds, fueling the notion that the Duchess might be a far cry from the calm, collected persona she projects. This is exactly the kind of evidence that Joe Rogan's commentary thrives on. If these alleged insider accounts make their way to the public, be it through a tell-all leak or accidental release, Rogan's words would suddenly gain a new layer of credibility. Because it's one thing to poke fun at someone, it's another to see your humor validated by actual leaked materials that confirm every suspicion. According to the rumor mill, Meghan isn't just passively allowing this "with love Meghan" image to form, she's actively orchestrating it. Whispered accounts from those close to her camp suggest she's set strict guidelines for how she's portrayed. Everything from the color scheme in her kitchen sets to the style of the apron she's seen wearing has been meticulously chosen to project warmth and humility. But if staff accounts are true, behind that carefully curated aesthetic lies a cunning mind determined to stay on top at any cost. This alleged strategy has one main objective: keep Meghan's brand pristine, no matter the reality. She's already faced waves of criticism in the media, accusations of entitlement, stories of her clashing with royal family traditions, claims of staffers quitting under toxic conditions. With love, Meghan was meant to be a redeeming project that would show the Duchess in a softer light. Instead, Joe Rogan and a growing army of critics are calling it a polished but hollow display. One particularly scandalous rumor asserts that Meghan orchestrated surprise guests on her show.
I am, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm not just saying this for rhetorical effect. I am physically nauseated watching that clip,
making it look like spontaneous encounters or heartfelt reunions, when in reality, these interactions were rehearsed multiple times. Why? To ensure that each tear, each laugh, each warm embrace appeared genuine. If that's the case, then it's no wonder critics like Rogan label her a master manipulator, a person who believes she can craft a storyline more convincing than any actual reality. Meanwhile, Netflix executives are rumored to be uneasy about the chatter. They want hits, and Meghan's name sells. There's no question about that. But they also don't want the entire endeavor to implode under the weight of credibility issues. Despite the swirling controversy, it seems Netflix has doubled down on its marketing push, releasing carefully edited promotional clips that highlight Meghan's best angles and heartfelt statements. The question remains, will the public see through what might be a well-rehearsed act? If you've spent any time on Twitter or TikTok in the past few weeks, you've likely seen the surge of chatter. Hashtags like #NowMeghanExposed and CookingGate have sporadically trended, each day offering fresh memes, parodies, and reaction videos. Fans still defend her, pointing to her history of philanthropy and charitable causes, but an increasing number of people seem to be siding with Rogan's viewpoint. They say enough is enough. It's time to stop pretending. Why does this matter so much to people? Perhaps it's because viewers feel tricked. In an era where authenticity is prized, the idea of a celebrity staging something as mundane as cooking hits a nerve. It calls into question what else might be staged in that celebrity's life.
The backlash has been swift. Blogger Meghan McCain, the daughter of late Navy veteran turned politician John McCain, has not minced her words and called the Netflix series utterly tone deaf.
Personal anecdotes, philanthropic visits, even entire relationships. And Joe Rogan, with his massive platform, is more than happy to fan those flames, allegedly remarking that Meghan has built an empire on deception. Some fans argue that Joe Rogan's tirade has gone too far, amounting to bullying or harassment. They say he's capitalizing on Meghan's name for clicks, stirring the pot just to keep his audience entertained. But others counter that Rogan's form of public shaming is the only way to hold powerful figures accountable for misrepresenting themselves. Indeed, the debate has grown from a niche gossip topic into a larger conversation about celebrity influence and the blurred lines between image crafting and outright lying. The public reaction has also put Netflix in the hot seat. People are demanding transparency. Did the streaming giant know about Meghan's alleged inability to cook when they approved the concept? Were producers complicit in presenting a staged version of reality? Or were they genuinely duped by the Duchess's charisma and brand power? For a company that invests heavily in prestige programming, being tied to a potential fiasco like this could be damaging. As the chatter reaches a fever pitch, people want to know, is this the end of Meghan's carefully crafted Netflix image? Or can she still salvage the show? Skeptics say the credibility damage is already done. Even if Meghan were to release a heartfelt statement claiming she's learning how to cook. The narrative of deception has sunk in. Others argue that public memory is short. Give it a couple of weeks and audiences might move on to the next controversy, leaving Meghan free to continue as though nothing happened.
In a statement, Meghan says, "I'm thankful to my partners at Netflix for supporting me in delaying the launch, as we focus on the needs of those impacted by the wildfires in my home state of California."
But there's another angle here. Some assert that the rumor mill itself is driven by people with axes to grind, disgruntled former employees, tabloids looking for salacious headlines, or rival media figures desperate to knock Meghan down a peg. In other words, we might be dealing with a cycle of rumor feeding rumor, each iteration more dramatic than the last. And Joe Rogan may just be riding the wave. If the leaks and insider claims never materialize into solid proof, the entire saga could dissolve into he said, she said territory. Nonetheless, the very fact that the public is so captivated suggests there's a widespread desire to see the so-called powerful elite held accountable when they distort their reality for profit. People crave authenticity, and when a celebrity's imposiciones claims are even slightly questionable, the internet pounces. It's an environment ripe for heightened drama, especially when you have an outspoken commentator like Rogan providing a running narrative of shock and scorn. So could this be Meghan's downfall, or is it just another bump in the road? One camp is convinced she's headed for a crash. They believe more insiders will emerge, more scathing critiques will surface, and eventually, the facade will crumble under the weight of its own deceit. The other camp maintains that celebrity controversies come and go, and Meghan, savvy as she is, will find a way to pivot. The tension is tangible, the stakes are high, and everyone is waiting to see what bombshell drops next. Will Joe Rogan release more pointed commentary, maybe even obtain those rumored audio clips? Will Netflix pivot its marketing strategy? Perhaps. Editing out segments that look too staged? Or will Meghan herself step forward to confront the accusations head-on? As of now, it's anyone's guess. At the heart of it lies the question, are we witnessing the unmasking of a manipulator, or merely watching another wave of rumor-driven drama that will fade away? One could argue that even if the most damning claims remain unverified, Meghan's brand has taken a hit in the public imagination. Some folks can't shake off the feeling that they've been lied to, and once that seed of doubt is planted, it's tough to uproot. So where does this leave us? Teetering on the brink of another Hollywood meltdown, or maybe a triumphant redemption arc? Only time will tell. One thing is certain, this won't be the last time Meghan's name commands center stage, nor will it be the last time Joe Rogan sinks his teeth into a celebrity feud. In a world starved for sensational headlines, controversies like these have a way of persisting. And as viewers, we can only watch, question, and wonder what bombshell is lurking just around the corner. As the story continues to unfold, there's always more to discover. Thanks for tapping in now. Like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you're the first to know when more secrets come to light.